Wash your eyes. So what we're going to do now is to make the nutmeg eye wash. So the first thing, we want to take off the outer layer because this is what we're going to use to boil and strain and rinse our eyes. So we don't want to make it too strong because nutmeg is a strong spice. So we're going to be using one outer layer of the nutmeg shell, the red part, to approximately 2 cups of boiling water. And we're going to cover it and leave that for approximately 3 to 5 minutes. So after about 5 minutes of boiling, we cover and let it steep for at least 10 minutes. Then we're going to pour it out and let it cool, as this is what we're going to use to wash our eyes. So we're going to pour it out in the cup. If you have a cheesecloth, please use, because we want to get it properly strained. We want to have it strained properly. We're going to now put it aside to cool, as this is what we're going to use to wash our eyes. If your nutmeg does not have the red outer layer, no problem. There's method 2. This is another way to make your nutmeg eye wash. First, we're going to crack it out of the shell. We're going to grate a small amount. Remember, nutmeg is very strong, so a little goes a far way. So just get a small nutmeg grater and we're going to grate. This is pretty much like 1/4 teaspoon. But remember, you don't want to make too much one time. So we're going to get our teaspoon, so we want to keep this measurement accurate, right? All right, so we're going to take up just about 1/4 teaspoon, and this is what we're going to put to 2 cups of water. So we're not going to boil it, but we're going to steep it for 5 to 10 minutes. All right, so we want to turn off the stove. Remember, we don't want to boil it. We just want to have it steeped in the water. And then we're going to cover and steep it for 10 minutes. All right, so after 10 minutes of steeping, strain properly with a cheesecloth and let it cool, please, and ensure all the particles are strained out. So it's best to use a cheesecloth, and you're going to use this to wash your eyes. All right, so what we're going to do now is to wash our eyes with the nutmeg water. This is the water from the outer skin. If you have an eye drop bottle, feel free to throw it in there once it's cool and drop it in the eyes. If you don't, you can just wash your eyes. So once that's complete, we're going to make our eye health tea. And this is going to help to further clear up any inflammation that is in the eyes. So now we're going to move on to making our tea with our eye health package. And this is the icing on the cake to help clear up your vision. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to use the rest of our nutmeg powder that we grated to make tea. And what we're going to do is to add our eye health package to it. We're going to be adding the eye health package. This is a special blend that we made. We put together to help with the eyes. So we have herbs like eye bright, ginkgo biloba, and fennel in it. And we're going to use it to make the tea, and this is going to help us greatly. We're going to be using 1/2 teaspoon to a cup of water with about 1/4 teaspoon of the nutmeg powder. So we're going to pour some water. This was just taken off the stove, and we're going to cover and let it steep for 10 minutes, and then we're going to drink. So remember, you can always strain and drink, but nothing is wrong in consuming it as is. And you can add a touch of honey if you choose. So So I'm going to cover and let it steep for 10 minutes. Be right back. So we're going to be drinking our ILT. And this, people, can help to clear up that blurry vision, that cataract, or that glaucoma. That is refreshing. That nutmeg just kicked it up a notch. So remember, if you have tried the nutmeg eye wash before and it did not help you, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just may be that you need to try something else, because there are a number of things that helps with the eyes. So what you can do, what I'd love for you to do, is share with me your experience. If you have ever tried a nutmeg eye wash before, or if you have ever used any other natural herbs to help with your eyes. Feel free to share, to comment, and if you'd like to see me do any other tea, you can also let me know as well. Okay? So remember to click the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and share this video with your friend. Shalom until then.